Salad, then come with me.
Okay, so first I want my lettuce, which this is left over from a salad I made at the weekend. So I'm just going to take off the outer leaves and then with a knife cut off just that, oh goodness, where am I? There, that end kind of yucky looking bit. Well, maybe other people don't think it looks yucky, but I'm really fussy with everything food-wise. And then I think this will be too much, but I'm just going to cut some bits off. Yeah, it's probably going to be too much, but that's okay because I've got another lettuce for the rest of the week, so I'll just throw the rest of that because it's too old to use again tomorrow. So I'm just now chopping into this lettuce to make it into small bits. And then I'll chuck it into my huge bowl here. I've just got, this is really just a mixing bowl. Actually, maybe it is a salad bowl, I don't know, but I'm just going to rip some of those bigger pieces into small pieces. I have washed my hands, by the way. And then start on the other veg. So to put in this, I'm going to use the rest of my green pepper that I had in my salad at the weekend as well. No, not the weekend. This was Friday, this was for actually. So the idea is that everything in this salad is tiny. So it does make it a bit of a pain in the bum cutting everything. But I think it's worth it because I just think that you get the tastes of everything in it, you know, and it's just a bit more, I don't know, I've always liked things cut up really tiny, whereas Kev, like if we're doing something that's got onions in it, he'd do it in big chunks, whereas I'd always do it in tiny little bits. Same with like mushrooms or, you know, whatever it is, peppers, when we put peppers in a stir fry, Kev will do it in big strips, whereas I would do it in, not quite as tiny as this, but I'd certainly do it in smaller chunks than he would. That's quite a lot of pepper actually, so I don't know whether I'll add in that red pepper. I don't think I will, so I'm just going to top that in. Yeah, there's quite a lot of pepper there. Actually, I will, just for a little bit of colour. I've got a tiny little bit of that red pepper left. And like I said, this is all kind of me using stuff up because it was from Friday. I made a lamb, what was it called? Spicy lamb koftas, and I made it with a big salad. No, you could add tomatoes in this if you wanted. I'm just adding that little bit of red pepper for a bit of colour. But I don't like tomatoes personally. Kev loves them, but they're not for me. Okay, some baby corn. Again, I need to use this up. This is not something I use very much of. So I just cut down the middle and then chop bits off. Kev's not the biggest fan of this actually, but I love corn in all kinds of forms. And I've bought all these ingredients pretty much over again to make salads as the week goes on, although I haven't bought corn because I've got a packet of corn in the cupboard and you could use that easily as well. I'm going to have 2 of those. And this next one I'm just going to cut thinly. Don't need to really cut it lengthways. Throw that in. See what that's looking like. It's looking lovely. And then a little bit of carrot. Again, not too much because I don't want to have too much crunch because salads take a long time to eat, don't they? I know I'm terrible at chopping my carrots. I should use a potato peeler, a vegetable peeler, because I take so much skin off. It's such a waste. Okay, because I want this small, I'm just going to cut it again down the middle. Kev said there was too much carrot in the salad I made on Friday, which is fair enough because again he's not carrot's biggest fan. I really wish I liked tomato though because it's such a healthy addition. Like when we have cheese on toast, which is one of the things we have sometimes, like a rush dinner, you know, we have cheese on toast, we have beans on toast, and when we have cheese on toast I have Marmite on it and Kev has tomato on top of his cheese on toast, and I always think that looks really healthy and tasty, but I keep on trying it and go, no, I just don't like it. I like the flavour of tomato, I just don't like raw tomatoes. Okay, so for the dressing I'm just going to weigh out I'm probably 10 grams maximum of sesame oil, but maybe less. Yeah, maybe less. 8 grams. So that's me got 8 grams of sesame oil, and that will make it about 80 calories. And then I'm going to cut this lemon in half and use half a lemon and just squeeze it in that sesame oil. I probably don't need a whole half lemon, but just loosely squeeze them. And then I just swish that around, and that goes on top of that salad, which looks like that now. So I'm just going to sprinkle that over. And then with my hands, just smush it all together. Smush it. Oh, it smells lovely. Sesame oil just smells so gorgeous. And that's what it looks like. Okay, then I just need to add my chicken. I'm using the Marks and Spencer's Just Add, and this one is soy, lemongrass and chili chicken. So I'm just going to cut up probably most of this packet. Let's see how many calories. There's 96 calories in half a packet, so the whole packet will be 200. Plus we've used, like I said, about 80 calories in oil, and the vegetables will be nothing. So this is going to be about 300 calories, because like I said, I'll use maybe about 2/3 of this pack. And I'm just going to chop the chicken in. I like to chop it because if there's any yucky bits, I take it out. Which again, like I said, I am that fussy with food. You could just throw it in. You don't need to chop this in. I just like to see what I'm eating. Dave said when he met me, he couldn't believe how much I pushed my food around my plate, and he wondered if I was ever actually going to eat it. Okay, so that's about 2/3 of that. And I should just wrap that up to go in the fridge. So you get 3 of these for £6. So what I did was I got 3, but I got 1 in a normal plain chicken flavour. I can use that for Watson's snacks, and then this one is the Thai one, and 2 of these will last me for 3 salads. Okay, so I'm just going to simply stir it around, and then that is my salad ready for eating. Okay guys, that's the chicken salad done, and as you probably just saw, this is what it looks like. And yeah, it works out, like I said, about 300 calories. It's one of those lunches. I'm actually going to leave it in this bowl, and I don't know if I'll even manage to eat that whole thing, but you can. What I sometimes do if I'm having this at the weekend is I'll sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it as well, just to give it that extra kind of kick. Or you can put pine nuts in it to make it a little bit more kind of proteiny, but I think because of the chicken, there's no carbs in there specifically, it's all veg, I should be fine. What was I going to say? Oh, it's one of those dinners it's one of those lunches that just takes ages to eat, you know? And I think that's good because you end up fuller, because they say, you know, it takes your stomach 20 minutes when you start eating to actually recognise the food in your tummy. So I always feel full after eating a salad, which is great. The other thing I was going to say is you could use this as a